torch floating in the waters of Lumberjack Bowl. Please direct your attention to the water. You can see the torch midway across the water. And last year's all-around champions will prepare to light the torch. And the torch is lit. Let's have a hand for those two all-around champions. Before we continue this evening's opening ceremonies, folks, we'd like to step back and talk about a friend we lost earlier this year, a world champion lumberjack competitor, Ben Whalen. If you would direct your attention to the big screen, we'll He's joining us this year from around the world. Athletes on the dock, when I say the name of your country, please step forward and give the crowd a wave. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big welcome. Our first international guest is our neighbor to the north, Canada. Our next guest is from down under, Australia. For the second time ever at Lumberjack World Championships, Belgium. Once again here at Lumberjack Bowl, the Czech Republic. And back again, we're glad to say, is Ireland. And for the first time at Lumberjack Bowl, Germany. Also for the first time at Lumberjack Bowl, Italy. And finally, for the first time at Lumberjack Bowl, Norway. Folks, we would now like to welcome the Honor Guard from the Hayward American Legion to the stage. Hayward's American Legion Honor Guard will present the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as the colors mounts the stage. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Legion Honor Guard. Now, if you will direct your attention to the far side of Lumberjack Bowl, the Pinery Boys will now sing the national anthem of the United States.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red bells bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pinery Boys. Please remain standing as the color guard exits the stage. Let's have a big hand for the American Legion Honor Guard, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the presentation of the colors. Thank you for your service. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Eric Mackey, and I'm pleased to introduce several of the Lumberjack World Championships team members who will help bring tonight's competition to life. On the chopping and sawing dock, please direct your attention down there and welcome the Chief of Competition, Jonathan Russell, and Judge Chris Alba. And now please give a big warm Lumberjack welcome to your host for this evening's competition, John Hughes.
Thank you, Eric. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lumberjack World Championships. This is the big time for crowning champions right here. You guys have been escorted in on a beautiful day, and we're about to wow you with incredible athleticism. Thank you for being here. We'll be into the action just a moment.
Thank you, John. And across the water on the log rolling and boom running dock, please welcome the Chief of Water Sport Competition, Todd Williamson. You can see he's the tallest man on the log rolling dock. I think he's about 6'7".
There's a couple of guys crouching over there now.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, on the log rolling and boom running dock, direct your attention over there. He's about to give you a wave. Let's give a big Lumberjack welcome to the log rolling, boom running, and speed climbing announcer, Sam Fenton.
Yo-ho! Thank you, Eric. That's right. We have our third and fourth and first and second place matches we are rolling tonight. The fastest running event across the water with our boom run, 8 logs tied together across the lake here, and our speed climbing 60 feet and all the way to the top of those trees, 90 feet off the ground. Like John said, it's coming to you in just a few minutes. Yo-ho!
Thank you, Sam. And also in the director's booth here right next to me, let's give a big Lumberjack welcome to the director of tonight's competition, Roger Berger.
Thank you, Roger.
Folks, also, please remember to help us keep Lumberjack Bowl clean by throwing away trash and recycling at the end of the evening and during the competition. You can dispose of trash and recycling in the receptacles found as you exit the stands. And it looks like we are ready to start our competition, and John Hughes is going to tell you what you are going to see first. Take it away, John.
Thank you, Eric. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure that we hit you with the big punch right out of the chute. So the first event we have is the hot saw. You can see these guys out here with these. They're not a store-bought chainsaw. They're snowmobile motors or jet ski motors that have been converted into these saws. Some of them are up to 450 cc's, and they're holding them with their hands. They have to have a warm-up period of 1 minute before we get them started. They must do 3 complete cuts out of 6 inches of that big 20-inch log. And all of these guys have worked their way up from Thursday morning to be able to be here in the finals for you. So we will get them underway on warm-ups as soon as we have the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, position number 1, please welcome to the stage Mike Sullivan. At stand 2, Braden Meyer. At stand 3, Nate Hodges. At stand 4, Matt Slingerland. At stand 5, Jason Lentz. And at stand 6, Jamie Head.
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your saws. Now this is the time these guys must have their starter cords rewrapped. And because it's a throwaway starter handle, we have them tether it to the stage so it can't land on their opponent or land in the water. We don't want the muskies eating that stuff. We have 6 warmed up now. 15 seconds, gentlemen. Oil on for the bar and chain. Switch on, throttle lock in place. 5 seconds. Okay, gentlemen, hands on top of the wood. You're in the hands of the starter. Judges and timers ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the hot saw is brought to you by Enbridge Energy. Enbridge, building the energy systems of tomorrow and meeting the pressing demands of today. Enbridge transports the energy that shapes the world around us safely, reliably, and sustainably. Visit Enbridge's booth here at Lumberjack Bowl or enbridge.com for more information. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to cross the water of Lumberjack Bowl for our first round of championship log rolling. Take it away, Sam.
Thank you, Eric. That's right. We are ready for our first log rolling match of this evening, our 3rd and 4th men's final, which is actually a rematch from last year's 3rd and 4th place match final, if you were here last year. But our rollers out here tonight from Heartland, Wisconsin. Give it up for Sam Polentini. And he is rolling against a 2-time world champion in this event from Hermosa Beach, California, Tanner Hallett. All right, these log rollers will be pushing out on the number 1 log, 15 inches in diameter. This is the best 3 out of 5 log roll. Very simple rules with log rolling. You're trying to get your opponent in the water any way possible, except you cannot cross that center line, and you can also not touch your opponent. These guys on a 15-inch log are already sinking that log. Very quick out there already. Pick a favorite. Sam Polentini, Tanner Hallett. Tanner with an out of 5 match. Now, folks, they do get some time after a fall. You'll see them come up on the dock. We give them 30 seconds, get a drink of water, catch their breath. They might have a coach or a friend come up to them and give them a little advice. There's a lot of focus in log rolling. You are constantly and only looking at your opponent's feet. You're trying to see your opponent's next move, and that's kind of a balance point as well. So what their coach is doing is they're actually watching their other opponent better, maybe seeing what they're not seeing. It's a very quick match with these guys with how big they are and how much that log sinks down. But Sam getting a little advice after that first fall, pushing back out. Sam Polentini, Tanner Hallett. Tanner 1 fall to 0. Tanner is closest to the boom. Pick your favorite, cheer them on. Sam tying up the score. Now you can imagine how difficult that would be once your feet go underwater and trying to actually run underwater with these guys being large like that. We'll probably only see it in this match with that number 1 log, how low that is floating. Usually, because what we'll do is we'll size them down as time goes on if they hit certain time limits. But I don't think we're going to get there at this point tonight with how fast these matches are going. They're already riding low. They're already running really fast. So we're going to get all of our action early on. Sam Polentini and Tanner Hallett pushing back out, 1 fall each. You can see what they're forced to do with that log sinking low. They're forced to get close to that center line, but also cannot touch it, cross it. This is what we call a running match. They're facing the same way on the log, both trying to keep their composure. Sam with an excellent recovery, getting back down on it. That log is... We will wait for our judge's decision on that. And we have a draw in that roll. We go with the unanimous decision of our 3 judges out there. So still tied up, 1 fall to 1.
So Sam, I could tell by looking at that, obviously these 2 big guys
It's actually floating pretty good, John. You have to remember, this is a real log, and you might just have one more log. We are 2 falls to 1. Tanner Hallett over Sam Polentini. Our time is in. We are on. And it looks like it is Tanner Hallett, folks, winning 3rd place in our men's log run. Let's give them both a big hand.
Men's log rolling is sponsored by Hallett Ironworks. Hallett Ironworks is the creator of World Championship medals and trophies. You can see their display of bronze lumberjack sculptures and medals in the vendor area behind the bleachers. All the awards presented tonight are creations from Hallett Ironworks.
So Eric, the next thing we're going to see down here on the chopping and sawing dock is the women's underhand chop. You can see these ladies are all prepped. They've got the lines on the blocks, they've got the slabbing nails in, and they've got the flat area for their feet. Of course, they all know the rules. If your axe goes into that flat surface where your feet are, it's a disqualification because technically you'd be cutting less wood than the complete block. As I've mentioned, all this wood is lathe turned, so it's all
And stand 6, Hannah Quigley.
Judges and time is ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
And away they go. These ladies are cutting on 11 inches of lathe-turned white pine. All very good technique from all of these ladies. They're all around now. Pick one out and cheer them on. Who's it going to be? Carolina by 1 blow. How about a hand for all 6 of these ladies underhand cutters? Great work and a very close finish. We'll wait for the official judging to be done, and as soon as we see the results up on the board, we'll know who our world champion for 2026 is.
Women's underhand chop brought to you by American Marine. American Marine Hayward is your one-stop shop in the Northwoods for all things boating. They do it all. Boat sales and service, installs and parts, accessories, storage, rentals, and more. Let's go boating with American Marine. Located right across County Highway B, across from Lumberjack Bowl.
So, ladies and gentlemen, how are you thinking the action is here at the LWC this year? Are you enjoying yourself? I gotta tell you, it's
You can see it already, folks, with these guys able to float that log a little bit higher. That log is running a little bit slower in the water, and right now they're really just trying to feel each other out, trying to understand what each other's going to do, how they're going to do it. Once again, we have what we call a running match. It means our log rollers are standing on the same side of that log. They're facing the same way. And so they're a little bit more careful about getting that log going one way or the other, because if they get their opponent running on their toes, they also will start speeding up on their end. So it's a lot harder to get in control once that happens. And we have time on the first log. No fall. Let's give him a hand. Swapping out to that number 2 log, 14 inches, a little bit smaller, a little bit faster.
Sam, we're going to take it back over here because now we can do a presentation. Shane, if you'd like to come forward. This is your world champion, Nate Hodges, and you would like to say a few words.
On behalf of Beverage Energy, congratulations on becoming the 2026 Hot Saw Champion.
Nate, this is a great thing to do, and you've been working at it for many years, and you've got one of the biggest motors, and you're one of the strongest guys operating it, but the competition gets harder and harder every year.
Yeah, absolutely. Big hot saw, but that comes with some big problems sometimes, and I'm slowly solving those, and it's working out back-to-back wins. But it doesn't go without all the help. I get a lot of help, even coming here locally into Hayward. Sam and Adam Lassell, they let me run amok in their property and train all week long. Couldn't do it without them. And then Curtis from here in Timberford, he takes care of me, with a pickup truck and just sponsors me and has my back every day, asks me if I need anything, and that's awesome here. You got one of the best Ford dealerships in the country right here in Hayward. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but that's awesome. I've got other people. I got DGP. They've got awesome bar oil. We got 220 mile an hour chain speed there, and that bar oil is doing its job. So pretty impressive. And there's so many people down the line. I'd be here all night thanking them. So anyhow, give them credit. Yeah.
Congratulations, Nate Hodges, ladies and gentlemen, your Hot Saw World Champion. Now the next award we're going to do is for the women's underhand, and I just got notification that we have a new world record. Carolina, could you come up here please, young lady? Give her a hand, folks. Congratulations. She says, wow. But she said it in Czech, so I really didn't understand. Carolina, congratulations. That's a wonderful thing to be a first-time competitor here, a world champion, but also setting a new world record. How do you feel?
Oh my God, thank you so much. I have more words to say in Czech, but I will try it in English. Thanks to my family, thanks to my friend, thanks to my sponsor, thanks to the Paula and Steve, our host families, to be there, job here, and everybody is helping me. It's so great to be here and chop against the best in the world.
Well, congratulations. Thank you for those good words for the people. Enjoy the rest of your stay, and you've got more events yet today.
Now back over to Sam Fenton for a log rolling update in our men's finals match.
That's right. We had some action. We had heard quite a bit of noise out of the crowd following this match over here. Marcus Heineck is now 2 falls to 0 over Anthony Polentini. Marcus has the west end of the bowl covered over there. And that's good, folks. Keep it going when they're out there. Cheer them on. Make some noise for them. They're going to take their 30 seconds, regroup a little bit. All right, here we go, folks. Marcus Heineck, Anthony Polentini. Anthony is closer to the boom. Marcus is 2 falls to 0 over Anthony. So pick your favorite, cheer them on. They can hear you out there. was starting that, stop that log, but just, there's a lot of power going into that. Marcus with an excellent recovery there on his toes. And I think we have it there, folks. 3 falls to 0. Marcus Heineck. Now a 2-time world champion in the men's log rowing. Let's give them both one big round of applause once again.
That is professional log rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Now back over to the chopping and sawing dock for our next chopping event with John Hughes.
Thank you, Eric. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this next event is called the standing block chop. Now, remember, all of the skills we have in our competition came from the old-time logging skills. And this one was falling the tree originally. They've got the lines on the block where they want to put their opening hits. That's the direction the tree will fall. They'll come around and sever it from the backside. Big thundering blows on this 14-inch white pine log. Eric, back up to you for introductions.
Thank you, John. At stand number 1, it's Jason Lentz. At stand 2, Nate Hodges. Stand 3, Matt Koger. Stand 4, Braden Meyer. Stand 5, Tristan Van Beek. And stand 6, Dale Beams.
Judges and time is ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
And away they go, ladies and gentlemen. Pick a favorite and cheer them on. 14 inches of lathe-turned white pine. 10 hit front and around for most of these guys. They're all around to the back of the log. Braden's going for the drive. He's got it. Matt, one blow behind. How about a hand for all 6 of those incredible athletes?
Men's standing block brought to you by Beaverworks Leasing. Don't let your timber leave money on the table. Turbo Sawmills Swing Blade Portable Sawmills let you cut boards, beams, and slabs right on your property. Job site or landing. No hauling, no markup, just value. Beaverworks Leasing is the U.S. dealer for Turbo Sawmill. Visit beaverworksleasing.com to learn more.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I would call the best part of my weekend because I get to give away the big stuff to the champions. John Hallett is here and he will present the trophy to our new world champion 2 years in a row now, young Marcus. John?
Marcus, I always enjoy watching you roll. You're really moving the sport forward, and I want to personally congratulate you. I really enjoy our discussions about technique, and you're amazing. So, congratulations.
Thank you, John. Marcus, I've watched you rolling all weekend, and man, you bring it on every roll, every time, the full focus and your attention to what you're doing. You must feel pretty good right now.
I feel great. I'm relieved it's over. I put so much work in. I knew I had it when I got in there, and it's all it comes down to every single practice, doing the same thing over and over again. It's pretty boring, pretty repetitive, but it pays off, for sure.
How about a hand for our world champion, Marcus? Congratulations, young man. I know we'll see you here again next year.
and it's a little bit sweet. It's a little bit bitter.
Folks, now we are now ready to present the award for men's standing block chop, sponsored by Beaverworks LLC. Please direct your attention to the chopping and sawing dock to John Hughes. Take it away, John.
Thank you, Eric. Once again, folks, the funnest time for me is when I'm giving the hardware away, but also it's so fun to be able to give it to brand new competitors here at the Lumberjack World Champs. Braden Meyer from Australia, congratulations, my friend. Let me give you the hardware. Magic, mate, you wear that so well. This young man's come over from Australia for the first time to compete here, and he wins the world title. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's a pretty good feeling to come here. Like, I grew up watching all the greats, Jason Wynyard and Dave Bolstead, and my uncle was good enough to come over and cut here, and I finally come here. It was a long life dream, and yeah, won the title. And just to thank my wife for coming with me, Jamie Head, for everything he does for me. I can't appreciate it more. And yeah, the Slinglands for having us for a week, and yeah, it really fell into place, so thank you.
Congratulations, Braden Meyer, your champion standing block cutter. So I don't know if you folks have ever heard, but that phrase we use, yo-ho, is something that we really like to hear, because some of our competitors have traveled a long way and they might be leaving after this weekend without winning 1 cent, but they always remember your kind response and cheering them along. So if you like what you see happening out here, that's the phrase we use, and we've been using it already, but we'll be using it a lot more. So join in with us when you like to. Chainsaw while I was talking, but I learned years ago never to compete with those guys, because I want to make sure you get to hear what we're sharing. Now's a good time to maybe do a shout out to our young fellas down here in the green, bright green, the dock crew. Without them, we couldn't run this event. You can see them very quickly getting up, cleaning, setting the wood, and you know what? It's not just the dock crew, it's the judges and timers that we have over on the log rolling and boom run area. We have other people on the grounds that are making sure that it's clean and good for you folks to come in. So please, if you would, put your hands together for all of our volunteers here at the LWC. In case you didn't know, this is our 66th year of the World Champs, and that only happens because we have good people like you coming. So thank you again for your involvement. Thank you for ordering those tickets online in advance and coming through the gate during the day. We couldn't do it without you. All our competitors truly work a little bit harder knowing that you're in the seats. The next event we'll have very shortly will be the Jill and Jill Crosscut. The big 20-inch white pine log, 2 ladies, and a saw with a lot of very sharp teeth. Looks like all of the ladies have had their starting cuts put in. I believe we're ready for introductions, Eric.
Thank you, John. At stand 1, it's Hannah Quigley and Samantha Graves. At stand 2, Kate Witkowski and Aaron Lavoie. At stand 3, Stephanie No and Andréan LaSalle. At stand 4, Martha King and Kelly Kerrigan. At stand 5, Allison Perch and Andrea Card. And at stand 6, Meredith Ingebrigtsen and Cassandra Slingerland.
Judges and timers ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, folks, pick a team and cheer them on. This isn't going to take long. Wood on the ground. Now, as with all of our events, there are rules and regulations, and you met our two judges at the beginning of the show. They will go to each station and make sure there's been no infractions on the competitors. If you have an incomplete disc or in the chopping, if the block isn't severed correctly, they will be disqualified. So I think we've already seen that we had a thumbs up, so the scores will be up on the board in just a moment, and we'll be able to crown our new world champion. In this case, the new world champion team.
Ladies and gentlemen, now direct your attention to the other side of Lumberjack Bowl for the first round of boom running. Tell us what we're going to see, Sam.
That's right, Eric. It is time for our women's finals boom run. 8 logs tied together here across Lumberjack Bowl. It's not just a race down, though. They're going to run across these 8 logs, around the stanchion on the other side, and their time will be complete when they cross that start line. Now with the boom run, we're going to give each of our women here tonight a chance to run each boom. So we have 5 women, so we will see 10 runners down and back here. We do have, if someone falls in the water, they're not totally done. We allow 2 falls in the boom, and to still be able to get a time, they have to get back up on a log or the next log. They can advance 1 log, get back up on that log, and continue running. If they fall right before a dock, they can get up. They cannot use the dock to assist them in any way. They can't put their hands on their dock. We have to go with our feet up to the dock. And as you can see at this side, it's not a little jump. So they have to get full control to be back up on the dock here. We are, I believe, all ready to go here, ready for our intros. We have a solo runner running first. She will be running on the blue boom from So on behalf of the Eagle Lab and all the associates protecting what's vital, we congratulate you on this big world championship, and here's your trophy.
Thank you, Brad. We appreciate your support for sure. Well, hey, mate. 2 in a row. This is good to see you again. Such a smile on this guy's face, folks. I wish you could get close to it. No, it's big enough you can all see it. Braden, fantastic competition, mate. We mentioned we had a little word there before doing this, and wood was a little tighter than you thought, and you may have not made it so pretty.
Yeah, I was a bit of a come behind win, and I had Manny Sling in my corner of my eye there, and I seen him turn. I thought I better get going, and I was a little bit short in the front, but had a good slice, so yeah, I was pretty happy.
Now, you've been competing in the Steel Series in Australia and the Worlds, of course, and it's a little different cutting a 2-board springboard than what we do at home, Australia and New Zealand, with 3 boards up and down. I'm figuring you kind of like this.
Yeah, I like the 2 boards. I probably haven't climbed the 3 boards since I was about a kid because I was too fat, so it's good to have a 2-boarder, and yeah, it brings us big guys back into it.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please once again, Braden Meyer, your world champion springboard competitor. Ladies and gentlemen, the next event we have on the Chopping and Soaring dock will be the Jack and Jill. Now, you've seen the ladies do it, the Jill and Jills. Now we have a man and a woman, and I can tell you, through the qualifying events, we had some incredible times set by these Jack and Jill teams. And actually on one day for the men's, the 2 men event, second place getter had 8.25 seconds, and the winners of the Jack and Jill that day also had 8.25 seconds. So these athletes are really well, they've got it together, they're doing it together, and they're strong enough to put incredible cuts up. Of course, you understand we have competitors that wear spikes on their shoes so they have grip. Some of them will put foot blocks in and have spikes, but they practice this at home, so when they come to the competition, it's all natural. They can step into those same measured blocks and be able to do their thing. The crosscut saws, these cost anything from $1,500 to $2,000 just to get one. Once you have ordered it, you might wait for 2 years to get it because there's such a demand for them. But also, in this 20-inch wood, we allow them to have a starting cut. You can see they've all done that, and our judges measure across the top of the arc 12 inches. So that means everyone has the same depth starting cut. There's no chance of anyone getting an advantage. And of course, it's at this stage I say, well, you know, these saws work a whole lot better if you turn them up the other way, guys. So we'll get on to introductions in just a moment, and then we'll be able to see the action. Just a final measuring down here on Station 1. Meredith Ingebretson there. She's our newly crowned boom runner. Okay, everything's measured in. Eric, up to you for intros.
Thank you, John. At position number 1, it's Meredith Ingebretson and Cassidy Shear. At stand 2, Stephanie No and Maxime Mercier. At stand 3, Martha King and Mark Beauquin. At stand 4, Kate Witkowski and Matt Koger. At stand 5, Aaron Lavoie and Jason Lentz. And at stand 6, Cassandra and Matt Slingerland.
Judges and time is ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, folks, pick a team and cheer them on. This will not take long. We got wood on the ground. How about a hand for all of those teams? It looks like maybe the team on Station 2 might have taken it, but don't forget our judges will check each station and we'll have the official results for you in just a moment. How about another hand for these athletes? That was some great cutting by all of them. That was, I'm saying, less than 8 seconds. seconds for that cut. We'll see what the times are.
log, 14 inches in diameter. They will have a 1 minute time limit on this log. So pick your favorite, cheer them on. The match is not officially underway. So actually you'll see our judge, this is a great example. Meredith was not set. This is no indication of how the roll is going to go. It's the look I just got. What they do, the judges make that call as they push them out. They will not start a match until both log rollers are in control out on that log. For the first time as well, we're seeing what we call a bucking match, meaning both these women are facing opposite ways on that log. And how they end up over opposite shoulders, this has to do with kind of what hand they are. Are they left-handed or right-handed? Tells which shoulder they're going to roll over. It's a comfort level with that. You can see already with the women how high that log is staying out of the water already.
Hey Sam, while the ladies are warming up on that first log, we're going to bring it back over here for some special presentations of world champions. If I could have the Jack and Jill team of guests of Maxime and Stephanie to come and join us up here. We have Heidi here from Sten's TriLink. Heidi, thank you very much for your support. We'd love to have you guys here. And now, will you please present the trophies to our world champions in the Jack and Jill, Maxime Mercier and Stephanie No from Canada. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words?
On behalf of Sten's and TriLink, congratulations. Yo-ho!
time frame on this log. No time, we can't go any smaller. So now with this small log, there's a lot more energy put in to stay on top of it. This is where the fatigue comes in as well. We start on that number 2 log. This is like driving a school bus. You get down to this log, it's like driving a Ferrari. It is much faster. Everything happens much faster. You can see that log is just barely out of the water. Shauna Verstegen, Meredith Ingebrigtsen. Meredith is closer to the boom. 1 fall ahead over Shauna. You can see out there back and forth in this bucking match. And looks like Shauna tying up the score, 1 fall to 1.
Folks, now direct your attention to the chopping and sawing dock for our next event, Women's Underhand. John Hughes, tell us all about it.
It's actually the women's standing we're going to have. This one again depicting falling the tree in the woods. They've got their lines on the blocks as to where they want to put their opening blows and the nails in the top. And all our competitors are ready for introductions.
Thank you, John. At stand number 1, Samantha Graves. At stand 2, Andrian LaSalle. Stand 3, Carolina Urbanova. Stand 4, Brittany McLean. Stand 5, Hannah Quigley. And stand 6, Stephanie No.
Judges and time is ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
And away they go, ladies and gentlemen. 9 inches of lathe turn white pine. Good fronts, and they're all around onto the back. Pick a favorite and cheer them on. Carolina! How about a hand for all 6 of those incredible athletes? It looks like we have the double for the wonderful competitor there on Station 3.
Women's Standing Block sponsored by Midwest Forest Products. Midwest Forest Products is a locally owned company specializing in wood procurement, logistics, inventory management, and tree removal services. Based in Hayward since 1977, visit MidwestForestProducts.com. Now back over to Sam Fenton for an update on log rolling.
All right, we are pushing back out after another fall in this match. Meredith Ingebrigtsen now 2 falls to 1 over Shauna Verstegen. If Meredith wins this fall, she will be our 3rd place women's log roller. Pick your favorite, cheer them on. That log is already moving out there, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them both a big round of applause out here. They've all worked hard all weekend. Yo-ho!
Women's log rolling sponsored by Timberworks Lumberjack Shows. Captivating audiences for over 25 years, the Timberworks Lumberjack Shows provides lumberjack competition entertainment in a sport derived from a nation's heritage. Find them on the grounds or online at timberworkslumberjackshows.com. Let them be your event's next entertainment solution. And now, down to the chopping and sawing dock where John Hughes has the presenter for our new Standing Block World Champion.
And that new champion is Carolina Urbanova. Congratulations, young lady. Oh, thank you very much for being here and supporting and bringing us the trophy. Now that's 2 in a row, young gal. The first time you come to our country and you come to the World Champs and you get both the underhand and the standing world title. Congratulations. That must feel really good.
Oh yeah, Thank you so much. It's also my work, but also Alex Moody's from France work. He did all my access for this world. So I would like to thank him because it's 50% his work and also his title also.
Well, very kind words for that gentleman. But once again, your world champion in the women's standing block. Well, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm just getting told now, by the way, it was a lot of competitors telling me, but also officially, Carolina just set a new world record. I better make sure she's aware of that. She's got lots of accolades with the youngsters here. Did you hear what I said? No. You just set a world record with that cut. Congratulations. There was no doubt about her English then. That's even better. Well, the next thing up down here on the chopping and sawing dock, folks, as you can see, we've got these 20-inch white pine logs and the one man with the old misery whip, a 12-inch measurement across the top for every guy, so they have the same depth starting cut. And we have 6 saws facing the right way. Eric, up to you for introductions.
Thank you, John. At stand number 1, it's Jason Lentz. At stand 2, Cassidy Shear. Stand 3, Mark Beauquin. Stand 4, Braden Meyer. Stand 5, Brad Kittle. And stand 6, Jeff Larkin.
Judges and timers ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
This isn't going to take long, folks. Pick a favorite and cheer them on. There's 6 discs on the ground. How about a hand for all of these guys? Unofficially, it looked like Station 4, the Aussie Braden Meyer might have been the victor.
Men's single buck sponsored by the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point College of Natural Resources. At the UWSP College of Natural Resources, tradition runs deep in the classroom and competition runs fierce with their Woodland sports team. Built on grit, skill, and legacy, it's where academics meets action. Step in, get involved, and be part of something rooted in learning, leadership, and the outdoors. University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point College of Natural Resources.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we are waiting our judge to make his way over from the chopping dock, we are getting ready here for our first place match in our 90-foot speed climbing event. Like I said earlier, they're using a modified gap, but some other things, there's people that have been walking by. I've seen the climbers get ready over here. Another thing that these climbers all do is they tape their rope. You can see on the backside here, maybe you can see it from over there. But what that actually is, it's electrical tape that's flipped inside out. So as they climb up, they can get a little additional grip on the tree as they go. But what their goal is, after they touch their rope to that top red line, they try to get that rope hot quick, which burns off the tape and allows that tape to fall off of the rope so they can come down even quicker. They're also wearing a reinforced leather glove. Their hands are riding on the tree the whole way down. And if we didn't put another piece of leather on top of a leather glove, it would burn through into their skin, and we would not want that. So,
hey, Sam, I got to interrupt you there. All those things you just told us about is extremely dangerous, but that's why we have that fence around there. That's the loony bin you're standing in there.
It's not to keep people out. It's to keep them in, John.
Yeah, and you're one of them.
Come on. All right. Let's get our 90-foot championship match underway here at position.
so fun. We have with us one of the young ladies from the University of Wisconsin, Stevens Point. It's written right on a shirt. I've just got to look in the right places. What is your name?
Kaylee Grosskreutz.
Hey, come on now. This is a family show. First of all, I'd like you to do the presentation, if you would please, to our new world champion in the men's single saw, Mr. Braden Meyer. He's got a shirt to take home. Thank you very much, Kaylee. Hey, mate, put her there. Again, you're still smiling. I wonder why. 3 in a row. That's fantastic.
Yes, you know, if you get beat, there's no point being down. You've got to keep moving on because there's more events. So, yeah, it's great to be here. And single buck's not my strongest event, but today it was. So,
congratulations on another great win, another title to take home. And I have a feeling we might see you back here next year.
Yeah, I reckon I'll come back. But firstly, I'd like to thank JP Mercier for that saw and Jamie Head for the saw as well. So I'd like to thank them 2 guys. Without them, I wouldn't be here. So thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Braden Meyer from Australia. Congratulations. And of course, the next event we have is more soaring events, except we're going over to Sam.
That's right. It is time for our championship match in our women's log rolling here on the blue dock. We have rolling tonight from Holmen, Wisconsin. Give it up for Aini Anderson. And she is rolling against a 7-time world champion in this event, also from Holmen, Wisconsin. Give it up for Livy Papadopoulos. Same format here, best 3 out of 5 rolls, starting on that number 2, 14 inches of Western red cedar. And our championship match is underway here. Now, folks, they are rolling directly on that log. What they're actually wearing on their feet is a soccer shoe, generally a soccer shoe, where they've actually ground the cleats off of them, drilled about 20 to 25 holes in the bottom of those shoes, and then put in a metal spike in the bottom of each shoe. So about 20 to 25 in each shoe. And that's why you can see on that number 2 log out there, this log has been rolled on all weekend. You see it starting to get carved out by the spikes on their shoes. That does come into play, especially as we size down. You start to get this U shape in there. And all of a sudden you take a step and you might feel it just a little bit differently on that up or that down slope. get that log rocking, move back and forth on it. Folks, this is not just a sport of endurance, but it's endurance and strength. Using those spikes, whether it's in their toe or their heels, to stop the movement on their opponent, takes a lot of strength from the legs to hold that down and stop that log on a spot. Some quick feet, a great recovery there. Another thing you can be looking for out there in control is the arms and the shoulders. They're always in a good spot. And when that log starts moving fast, the shoulders come up, the arms come up, and that could be a showing that one of them is out of control. And then you see their opponent start doubling down on that attack move.
Eric, up to you for introductions.
Thank you, John. At stand number 1, it's Maxime and Jean-Pierre Mercier.
Father and son team.
Stand 2, Tristan Van Beek and Brad Kittle. Stand 3, Jason Lentz and Mark Beauquin. Stand 4, Matt Koger and Matt Slingerland.
Matt Squared.
Stand 5, Jeff Larkin and Marcel Dupuis. And stand 6, Ben Marshall and David Jewett.
Judges and timers ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Pick a team and help them out, folks. This isn't going to take long. Wow! We've got 6 discs on the deck. How about a hand for these guys? Incredible cutting from the middle of the field there. We'll have the judges check everything, and the results will be up on the board momentarily. Fantastic 2-man crosscut.
All right, during that crosscut, we had, you saw we called a timeout there, and what that was is the rollers rolled their way over into the lily pads. Could be an unfair advantage, so all we did was call timeout, pull that back in, and reset. There was a 3-minute time limit on the number 3 log. And that is time, folks. Give them both a big round of applause. Moving on to that number 4, 12 inches of Western Red Cedar log.
And there's the results up on the board for the men's double. Jason Lentz and Mark Beauquin with 6.49 seconds. How about a hand for those guys? They are the new world champions. Matt Squared coming in second. Tristan Van Beek and Bradley Kittle coming in and gentlemen, my pleasure again to be handing out the, well, I'm not actually handing it out. We've got a great supporter here of the foundation. Christy Mackey is going to present to these true champions, Jason Lentz and Mark Boken, as the two-man crosscut world champions with a fantastic time. Thank you, Christy. Jason and Mark, fantastic cut, guys. You're a great team. You're two of the biggest guys on the dock, so you should never be beaten. That's what I'm saying. But you know there's tight competition coming right around the corner all the time.
Yeah, Matt and Maddie they're always right on our heels, and yeah, Mark's a heck of a competitor, and I'm glad he's my partner. He's like a bull man on the other end of that saw, and yeah, that's what you need when you're pulling through 20-inch wood.
Absolutely, Mark. You guys have sawed together for quite a while now. How many of these titles do you have together?
Oh, I don't know. How many do we got? 5 or 6? Something like that, yeah. That sounds right. Yeah. He's the smart one between the two of us, so I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together again for Mark Boken and Jason Lentz. You know, it's old hat. They don't know how many times they've won it. Sam, back over to you.
Timeout called. They're rolling their way back to the dock, playing it unsafe, but if you were paying attention out there, that log is starting to move really, really fast. Now, when they call a timeout like this, they don't give the log rollers any time to come up, take a drink of water. They don't get that 30 seconds. We're going to get them right back out. Livy Papadopoulos, 1 fall to 0 over Aini Anderson in this match. After that last fall, Aini also opted to change sides on that log. So Livy Papadopoulos is now closer to the boom in this match.
They're rocking and rolling that log.
Rocking that log, trying to get some, that's an aggressive move on that log.
Both girls
Livy getting Aini on her back step. That fall goes to Livy Papadopoulos. She's now 2 falls to 0 over Aini Anderson.
Yeah.
We might have a champion after this next fall, John.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen great action there already, and there's more about to come as these ladies get back on this little stick of dynamite. 12 inches in diameter and not as buoyant as the bigger logs they started on. Sam, over to you.
That's right. 12 inches. Livy Papadopoulos closer to the boom once again. Now 2 falls to 0 over Aini Anderson. Aini with a slip and can't save it, folks. Livy Papadopoulos.
Wow.
A now 8 straight world champion, the longest ever in Lumberjack World Championships history.
How about a big hand for both of those ladies? But in particular, Livy Papadopoulos, 8 years in a row, the women's world champion.
Women's log rolling brought to you by Timberworks Lumberjack Shows. Captivating audiences for over 25 years, Timberworks Lumberjack Shows provides lumberjack competition entertainment. Visit them here at Lumberjack Bowl on the grounds or at timberworkslumberjackshow.com. Let them be your event's next entertainment solution. Back over to Sam Fenton, ladies and gentlemen, for men's boom run.
So Sam, we're getting ready for the boom run. We've got the docks clear on this side. There's no chips, and we've got two guys up there ready to run. He's in the middle of a conversation with another competitor there. So momentarily,
we are ready for our men's boom run here. We have 6 runners that have made it through the weekend, our 6 fastest times. Once again, we'll let them run the blue boom, and then we will let them run the other boom, the red boom, and we will take the fastest time as the world champion. We are ready to go here on the blue boom from La Crosse, Wisconsin, Connor Birdsong. And on the red boom from right here in Hayward, Robert Egger.
Judges and time is ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're off. 8 logs tied together across Lumberjack Bowl here. Robert with a step or 2 ahead of Connor. Slamming the other out. Cheer them on as they come back. Robert Egger hanging on. Both across.
yeah.
Almost identical times there. I think that is just a taste of what's to come. All right, now running on the blue boom, also from right here in Hayward. Give it up for him, Hunter Lyons. And on the red boom, your 3-time and current world champion in this event, Caleb Graves.
Judges and time is ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're off, folks. Cheer them on. Down around the stanchion at the same time. Both turning it on there at the end.
Yeah. 14.9 was the fast time from the first 2. Let's see how these guys did. 12.89 for Hunter Lyons. He's got the fastest time so far.
And now, John, our fastest seated times from the weekend on the blue boom from Watertown, Wisconsin, Cameron Pilgreen. And on the red boom from Winter, Wisconsin, Devin Blair.
Judges and time is ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're off, folks. Cheer them on. Our fastest seeds coming into tonight. Devin a few steps ahead of Cam. Devin absolutely flying across that boom.
Yeah.
Oh.
12.89 was the time to beat.
John, I was pretty close to that.
12.39 seconds for Devin. How about a hand for those 2 guys?
All right, now we get them to run the opposite boom here. So returning on the blue boom this time, Robert Egger. And back on the red boom, Connor Birdsong.
Judges and time is ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're off. Cheer them on, Robert and Connor. Robert, both of them turning on the gas from their first run. Both looking to improve that time. Robert with the slip. All right, he's good. He's going to use the dock. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Oh, someone get a medic for that young man.
Might be pulling some pine out of his teeth there. All right, 2 more heats to go to determine our champion. This time on the blue boom, Caleb Graves. And welcome back on the red boom, Hunter Lyons.
Judges and timers ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Caleb Graves with 3 world titles, looking to get another one here, a step ahead of Hunter around the stanchion at the same time. Caleb making it back, Hunter right behind him.
Yep.
All right, I think Caleb improved the time there.
12.82.
12 point, all right. And here we go, our final boom run of the night. Please welcome back on the blue boom, Devin Blair. And on the red boom, looking for his first title in this event, Cameron Pilgreen.
Judges and timers ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're off, folks. Cheer them on, our final heat of the men's boom tonight. Around the stanchion at the same time, Cameron losing his step. Devin making it back dry once again. Folks, let's help Cameron out. He wants to finish. There he goes, making it back. Let's give all our boom runners here a great big round of applause.
Yeah.
And we will wait for official results to see who our world champion is.
And Devin's time, that time 13:01, but his fast time from the first round will probably make him the champion. We'll wait for the official results in just a moment.
Leaving home was the hardest thing we ever faced. When Sunday mornings rolled around, we dressed up and hand-me-downs, just in time to get. Sometimes I think how long it's been, and how it impressed me then. It was the only day my dad wouldn't work.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're going to do a presentation here, and this time a very special one, but we have Dave Weatherhead to do the presentation. He is the sponsor, his company, for this event. We should talk about this young lady first. Livy Papadopoulos, your 8-time in a row world champion log roller in the women's division. Dave, I know you've got some kind words for Livy.
Livy, I've hung a few of these around your neck over the years, and it's my pleasure to present this one to you. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Livy, you've got a lot of smiles, but going into a competition when you know the competition is getting so much stronger year after year, but you continue to win, young lady. How are you doing this?
I don't know.
Let's try that again. You've got a lot of strength in your head and a lot of power in your body, and you put them all together to achieve these great goals. How have you achieved that over all these years?
God has given me this talent and this passion, and the passion is so much bigger than the talent. Just having something that I love this much just brings me so much joy, and you know, life throws really hard things at you sometimes, and log rolling is my thing, and that's what I always come back to, and come back to this place every year. I think about it every single day of the year that I'm not here, and I'm so grateful. This year's women's field was so incredibly talented. I is just amazing, natural-born athlete, super fierce, super talented as well. So just a fabulous experience, and I'm so overwhelmed. I don't have a lot more words, but thank you guys.
Well, you did very well. Livy Papadopoulos, ladies and gentlemen, 8 years in a row as Yo-ho! Ladies and gentlemen, up next we'll have the women's single soar event. Single bucking, 16 inches of lathe turned white pine, 1 misery whip. They're all ready. Eric, up to you for intros.
Thank you, John. At stand number 1, Andrea Card. At stand 2, Martha King. At stand 3, Kate Witkowski. Stand 4, Erin Lavoie. Stand 5, Stephanie No. And stand 6, Andréan Lassalle.
Judges and time is ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Help them out. It's not going to take too long. They all came down with a clatter, but there was 2 really close ones down there. How about a hand for all of these women's single sawyers? Fantastic cutting. We'll have the results for you in just a few minutes.
Women's Single Buck sponsored by Futurewood Land Services. Futurewood Land Services can help you make the most of your forest land. From food plots to forestry, we have the equipment and professional staff to assist you with all of your land management needs. Find us at futurewoodlandservices.com.
Hey, Devin, it's time to do a victory lap, mate. We'd like you over here for your presentation. And a heel click for the win. Come up front here, bud. This is where the action happens. Again, we get to present a new world champ. Is this your first time?
First time, yeah.
Okay. Chrissy, if you could... The consummate showman, Devin Blair, young man, you've been doing a lot of things this weekend, a lot of different events, and you've certainly come to the forefront on that one. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Am I supposed to say something? Thank you, guys, for all coming and support. Family, friends, thank you. It's just a pleasure to be here in front of all you fine folks. And, yo-ho!
Devin Blair, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, buddy. Good job. They don't get any simpler than that. He knows exactly what he wants to say. We have another presentation now also to a man that's got a little bit of a hobble. He was doing the boom run, but he went 90 feet up and down that big pole. And we have Jason Cloyd from True Works. This stuff that I'm wearing, great clothing, but great support. Thank you very much for being here. Caleb Graves, your world champion for the 90-foot speed climb. Jason.
We're from the mountains of Colorado. We see a lot of people climb a lot of things. That was impressive. So from all the mountain people, from True Work, from the event, congratulations. Nice work, Caleb.
Thank you, Jason. Caleb, man, you just, you told me yesterday you keep getting older and the field gets younger, but you keep winning. How are you doing this?
Well, I'm pretty fortunate, I suppose. It's getting harder, like I said, as I get older, and it's harder to put in the training. You know, like I said, I got 2 kids at home. Yeah, happy birthday to my daughter Hazel. Yeah, I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm working on a lot of other things too. You know, trying to be able to not make a fool of myself up here when I'm chopping. So it takes a lot of my time away from climbing, and yeah, I'm doing the best I can though. So.
Well, you're doing best in the world in the speed climb. Congratulations again, Caleb Graves. Well done, buddy. Lots more action down here, and it looks like our 6 axemen in the final of the underhands are all ready. Eric, up to you for intros.
Thank you, John. Men's underhand at stand number 1, Cassidy Shear. stand 2, Trevor Beaudry. At stand 3, Braden Meyer. Stand 4, Matt Koger. Stand 5, Matt Slingerland. And stand 6, Jason Lentz.
Judges and time is ready. Contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
And away we go. 6 big men on these big logs. 14 inches of lathe turned aspen. Lathe turned pine, beg your pardon. They're all around. The big work's done from the front. Now they're ripping into the back and going for the straight, and Meyer on 3. Matt Koger just a blow behind. How about a hand for all 6 of these athletes? Great cutting there. Wow, that's a big chunk of wood. Official results will be up on the board in just a moment.
Men's underhand chop presented by Carlson, MD. Dr. Brent Carlson is the official medical provider for Lumberjack World Championships and is an orthopedic surgeon.